it's Mrs. McLaren and Mrs. Benny.
Hey!
It has been so long since we have seen you, and we are super excited because it looks like we're going to start bringing some kids back on campus.
Woo!
It has been so lonely around here without you, and we are super excited about it. We also think that you're probably excited about it as well, and you have some questions about what it's going to look like at school with all these changes. And you can see the first change. Look at our face. We have our masks on. And so that's going to be the first big difference, is that all kids will need to have a mask on when they come to school. But you don't need to worry about it. If you don't have a mask, guess what? We have lots of them to share with you. We have some that you can just take home and wash and keep on your own. We have others that are just disposable. And so if you need a fresh one during the day, we got you covered.
So don't worry about it. You will have a mask when you're here at school.
Did you get my joke?
We got
you covered.
Got you covered. Covered.
Oh, man. Well, so let's talk about what it's going to look like when you are still at home and you're getting ready to come to school. First thing you got to do, pack that backpack.
Dust them off because we need them again.
Yep.
Go find them, because what we need to do is we need to fill it with all the things that you need for each day that you're here.
So number one, get that Chromebook. And we know you've got your Chromebook because you've been working super hard in it. Get your Chromebook, get it in your backpack. Oh, make sure it's super charged.
And
charge it up.
Do we need to have our cord with us too?
Don't fuss with your charger. Leave your charger at home, but make sure your Chromebook is charged up and ready to go. Into the backpack.
Nice and careful. Slip it on in there. And what else do you think we'll need for each day?
Well, we know that you've been coming and getting your workbooks and materials. You need to grab all those workbooks and materials and make sure that you've got any of your current books, workbooks, all of those go in that backpack.
All right. So, Miss McLaren, what about pencils and crayons and things like that?
Don't worry about that. Your teacher is going to have a bag for you, and inside that bag will be your crayons, glues, scissors, all the things that you will need to use at school. It'll be your own special bag. It'll be zipped up. You will keep it for the day, and then at the end of the day, you'll zip it back up into that Ziploc bag, and your teacher will store it for the next time that you come. So you don't need to worry about those things.
So just a Chromebook and the workbooks is what it sounds like.
And your mask, you should have one on your face, but if you have an extra one, you can toss that in your backpack too.
Yep.
And finally, if you need one, you may bring a water bottle. Toss that in your bag. This one's leaking, so we don't want to put that in our backpack.
We'll just pretend it's going in there.
Yep.
So do the water fountains work, or should they bring some water?
Nope, all our water fountains will be covered. So if you want to have a drink of water at school, you'll need to have your own water bottle.
All right, so then we zip it up and get ready for our day.
You're good to go.
Okay, friends, so right now we're going to be talking about what an attestation is. It's a pretty long word, but it's really important that we get these done before we get to school. So your parents will have to do this online before you get here every day. So what you guys need to know, and parents, I hope you're listening here, this is what it looks like online to do an online attestation. So what I did, since I'm a parent, I have 2 kids that go to Prairie here too. I'm going to use myself as the example. So I logged into Family Access, and you can see here I just went to Skyward, Family Access, and I logged in. If you're not sure about the logins, I know it's complicated and they're long passwords and things like that, just give the office a call and they can help walk you through that. So I am here in Family Access, and I have 2 students that go here. So this is pretty important. When you get here, you can select either of your children, but it's really smart just to click on all students because we can do them both at the same time. So what the attestation is going to ask you, it's the daily wellness screening. And the first question says, in the last 24 hours, have you experienced any of the following symptoms in a way not normal to you? And there's a long list here of different medical things. So if we haven't experienced any of those things, have we experienced them? Yes or no. So for both of my kids, I'm going to hit no for both of those. But if they had one of these, I'm going to have to hit yes. And then number 2, in the last 14 days, have you been in close contact with a suspected or confirmed case of COVID-19? And then if it's yes, you click yes. If it's no, you click no. And then once you've done that for both kids, or if you just have one kid, just do it for each of your children that go to Prairie. Then you're going to hit save. And then green check mark means that we can go to school that day. So they are both good to go. Something else I want to show you guys real quick is in every classroom, in the Google Classroom, this is Miss Johnson, for example, there is under the stream here, the announcements. And we're going to click on this one here. And I'm going to move my head a little bit out of the way. But see this panel here at the bottom? There's going to be another little button here for family access. So if your parents aren't quite sure how to get to family access, there's going to be a little link here that can help them get there, and then they can log in from there. So it's just another little shortcut to help you get your way there. So attestations are really, really important. We have to have those done before you get to school.
Hi kids, welcome to school. This is what's going to happen when you arrive at school in the morning. Your bus or mom and dad or your grown-up will drop you off. You will walk straight to your classroom staying outside. You will not come in these doors. You will walk straight to your classroom. We will not have a morning recess, and I know you're used to doing that. And breakfast will be waiting for you in your classroom. Remember, all kids have to have a health attestation done before they come to school. Remember Mrs. Benny talking about that? What if you don't have it done? If you don't have it done, you don't get to go into your classroom right away. Then we will bring you through these doors and you will come into the vestibule. Follow me this way, Mrs. Benny.
It's brand new. A lot of you guys haven't seen that before.
And just like these students who didn't have their health attestation, Miss Jennifer is taking their temperature and asking them some questions to decide if they are ready to be sent to class. If she says you're good to go, she's going to send you to class, but we're still going to get a hold of your parents, your mom or dad, the grown-up who's responsible for you, just to make sure.
And these are those spaces 6 feet apart. Lots of spaces.
Those are called the waiting spots, and you will wait until Miss Jennifer sends you to class. What happens if you get sick at school, or Miss Jennifer says, you're not healthy enough to be at school today? There's another place that you're going to go. Follow me.
Right.
I know that you know where the health room is, and that's where Miss Tammy hangs out. But Miss Tammy has a new health room, and it's right up the ramp here. If you are sick at school, we're going to bring you up here, and Miss Tammy will be here with you. This is Miss Tammy's new health room. And just like her student here, she's checking a temperature and asking some questions. Hi kids, welcome back. It's Mrs. McLaren and Mrs. Benning again, and we're going to talk more about the things you can expect at school. You may have noticed that I am now wearing a gown and a face shield along with my mask. Some teachers you may see wearing gowns and shields. It's not because they're sick or that somebody else is sick. It's just that extra layer of protection that we need if we're going to be closer than 6 feet. Mrs. Benny, you want to talk about what it's going to look like in class?
Sure. So when you're actually in the class, your teacher will probably be wearing a mask and maybe a shield as well, but also your desks are going to be really spread out from each other, about 6 feet apart. So we have some canine friends to kind of show you what that looks like. So you'll be in your desk. See our friends here, they've got masks on and they're in their desks far apart from each other. So that's kind of what it's going to be like for you guys to make sure that we all stay safe.
Mrs. Benny, I got to tell you something. It's kind of private.
Oh boy, what is it?
I need to use them.
Well, good thing we have an idea on how we're going to handle that.
So the first thing, if you need to use the bathroom at school, you've got to have permission from your teacher. And the reason for that is because we only need, or we only want 2 kids at a time in either the boys' side or the girls' side. So only a total of 4 kids in the bathroom. And how are you gonna know if somebody's already in there? That's kind of weird. So teachers have set up some waiting dots for you. So if you need to use the bathroom, you're just gonna head on down to your assigned restroom.
Follow the dots.
And we are in B pod right now. And there's nobody in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the girls' side and then come out and give my hands a good wash and head back to class. But if there's already somebody on that waiting dot right there, do you see that blue dot there?
There's
and that
a
blue
dot.
there? If
There's
somebody's
a dot.
waiting there, then I know I gotta back it up, and look for the next waiting dot. And there it is. And if somebody's on that dot, I gotta back it up and use this one.
So what I'm hearing is find the first empty dot.
That is the plan. Also, good wash. And when you get back to class, your teacher's gonna have you do another hand sanitizing when you return.
Nice and clean.
Hi kids, welcome back. We are going to talk now about probably your 2 favorite parts of the day, lunch and recess.
Woo! Okay, so for lunch, just like how we talked about for breakfast, there will be a meal here for you every day. So for lunch, there'll be a lunch here for you, but if you decide that you'd rather bring something from home, that's okay too. And so you'll eat in your classroom at your desk. You can take your mask off to eat, and then it goes back on. So then after lunch,
it's recess time. And recess is going to be different in that you must only play with the kids that are in your class. That's called a cohort. So recess will always be with the same kids that are in your class. And to make it easier, we are going to assign you a place for your class to play. There are 6 different places that we have broken up the playground into. So when it's your day, you'll do both of your recesses at that play space. So your assignment that day might be the big toys, or it might be the small field, or the Prairie Dome and swings, the large field, the track, or the blacktop and the empty big toy space.
so I know a lot of you have probably never been to Prairie before, so you're in luck. This recording is going to take a field trip, and we're going to take a quick little view outside. For those of you who have been here before, can you guess what classroom we're in? Bonus points if you get it right. But here's the outside door. And I'm going to kind of be looking backwards here, so hopefully I can, there we go. So you can see it's a lovely rainy day today, but there is our gigantic field full of things. Miss McLaren, could you kind of point things out a little bit? I don't know.
So you know what the track is, and the track surrounds the large field. You know the Prairie Dome and the blacktop spaces. That's all one play space, along with the swings. Then the big toy, the empty big toy area. Oh, now I'm going to correct myself. I think the empty big toy area and the blacktops go together. The Prairie Dome and swings go together. Way out there, all those beautiful colors, those are the big toys and small field next to big toys.
Right. So that is where you'll get to spend some time outside. Hopefully it won't be rainy like it is today, but then you're going to come back inside, and guess what's right here? Miss McLaren, what do you do here?
And washing hands is going to happen so many times during the day. We're going to use some soap, give them a good in between the fingers, around, do the back.
Should we be singing happy birthday?
We should be singing happy birthday at least once. Give them a good rinse. My paper towel is already waiting for me, and I'm good to go.
And we always want to make sure that we kind of give space here at the sink too. Okay.
Hi, Prairie Panthers. Here we are in the gym. I know you know this space. And here's Miss DeVore. Miss DeVore's our new PE teacher.
Whoop, whoop.
You've had a chance to have lots of great lessons with her, and now you're going to get to see her in person. She is the only specialist that you will actually go to, and she will meet you at your outside door and either walk you down to the gym if she has a lesson that she wants to do in the gym, but most likely on most days, she's going to want to take you outside and give you an opportunity to have some good fresh air. Mrs. Bastion, Mrs. Collins, and Mrs. Schaefer will all come to your classroom. Remember that cohort word? That means that you're going to stay in your room and they will come to you. Hey, I just heard the bell. You've had a great day of learning and now it's time to go home. Here's how our dismissal is going to work. First thing you got to do, look at our student here, is make sure that all the materials teacher has provided for you are zipped up and in that Ziploc bag. Make sure that desk is empty. Nicely done. Got your backpack all loaded up with the things that you brought, and you're good to go. When teachers will walk you out to the buses, just like our normal routine, single file line with 6 feet apart. You'll get on your bus as you go out. The only thing we're a little bit worried about is if your bus is not there and not ready for you, you will need to wait and keep that 6 feet apart. So if you just think about what your arm span is, that's a pretty good indicator of what 6 feet looks like. Hey kids, I want to explain a little bit about what your week is going to look like when you're in hybrid. 2 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. If you're an A kid, if you're on the A schedule, you're going to come full days on Mondays and Tuesdays with the other A kids. That means that Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you will be home. What are you going to be doing when you're at home? Because guess what? Your teacher is going to be busy teaching the B kids on Thursday and Friday. So your teacher is not going to be available to teach in the same schedule and routine that you're used to. So on those days that you are not at school, so if you're an A kid, that means Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you are not at school. You are going to be signing in for class meeting. That won't change. And then you're going to spend most of your day doing either a small group like with Miss Megan or Mr. Kerber or one of those other teachers. Maybe you're going to be watching a recorded lesson that your teacher has prepared for you, because guess what? That's not 3 days off. That's 3 days of working and working hard. Or you're going to be doing your independent work. You're going to be making sure that all of your assignments are done. That's what a schedule looks like if you're an A kid. If you're a B kid, you come all day to school on Thursday and Friday. That means your real days, your working at home days, are Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And same for you. You'll have class meeting, small groups, recorded lessons, and lots of independent work.